Welcome back to our countdown of 20 fast food desserts ranked worst to best. In part 1, we powered through the bottom half of the list. The crunchy air puffs, the sugar slabs, the pies that tasted more like nostalgia than fruit. But now we're heading into the heavy hitters. This is where the desserts get serious. Fried pies that actually slap, milkshakes that make you feel like you're at a real ice cream parlor, and the frozen legends that built cult followings that keep drive-thrus busy at midnight. So loosen your waistband and hit that subscribe button. Because part 2 is where America's sweetest fast food icons prove whether they're worth the hype or just another brain freeze with branding. McDonald's baked apple pie settles into number 10 as the dessert that's been evolving. Some would say devolving, since it became McDonald's first ever dessert item in 1968. After decades of fried perfection, the US switched to baked in 1992 for health reasons, and despite a 2018 recipe tweak toward more authentic apple flavor, it's never fully recaptured that original glory. The current version does have genuine strengths. The lattice-topped crust delivers flakiness that's impressive for something that's been sitting in a warming drawer, and the 2018 reformulation brought less gloopy filling with actual apple chunks and warmer spice notes. It's pure drive-thru Americana, triggering powerful nostalgia with every bite, and at under $2, it remains one of fast food's best dessert values. The sleeve it comes in has become iconic enough to warrant its own nostalgia. But here's the reality. Boomers are right when they swear the old fried version tasted better. That baked crust will never achieve the shatteringly crispy texture that made the original version legendary. And the filling, while improved, still lacks the intensity and brightness of real apple pie. It's become the dessert equivalent of a cover song, recognizable and pleasant, but missing the magic that made the original special. McDonald's baked apple pie ranks here because it's a solid dessert held back by its own legacy. It's good, but it'll always be compared to something that was genuinely great. McDonald's Oreo McFlurry swirls into number 9 as the dessert that launched 1,000 memes about broken ice cream machines. Introduced in Canada in 1995 and hitting US locations by 1997, the McFlurry became McDonald's answer to Dairy Queen's Blizzard dominance, creating that signature spoon-is-mixing attachment design that confused an entire generation. When the machines actually work and the ratio gods smile upon you, this thing delivers creamy, custard-adjacent texture that makes you close your eyes on the first spoonful. Those crushed Oreo pieces distribute throughout, providing crunchy contrast against smooth, soft serve. And the flavor combination is basically foolproof. Cookies and cream has been hitting since the dawn of ice cream. The portion size feels generous without being overwhelming, and the whole thing stays consistent from first bite to last. But the execution inconsistency is legendary and meme-worthy for good reason. Some locations serve you dense, creamy perfection. Others hand you airy, icy disappointment that tastes more like frozen milk than actual ice cream. The machine reliability issues are so notorious that checking Twitter to see if your local McDonald's has a working ice cream machine has become a legitimate pre-order ritual. When it's good, it's genuinely great. When it's not, you've wasted $4 on frozen air. McDonald's Oreo McFlurry ranks here because the ceiling is high, but the floor is basement level. Inconsistency this wild keeps it from ranking higher, despite being genuinely crave-worthy when executed properly. Sonic Master Blast blasts into number 8 as the drive-in dessert that embraces chaos and somehow makes it work more often than not. Launched in 2014 with constantly rotating limited edition flavors, these mix-in monsters became Sonic's signature dessert play, combining soft serve with candy pieces, cookies, or brownies in massive sizes that make other chains large look reasonable. The fun factor is undeniable. Pulling up to a Sonic stall and ordering a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Blast or Oreo Cheesecake Master Blast feels like treating yourself to something genuinely indulgent. The mix-ins are generous to the point of excess, And that retro drive-in atmosphere adds charm that makes dessert feel like an event rather than an afterthought. When Sonic nails the texture, you get thick, spoonable soft serve that holds mix-ins in suspension throughout. But this is where more is more philosophy creates problems. Some flavor builds become straight-up sugar soup, too many mix-ins, too much syrup, not enough structural integrity to maintain texture. You'll start with defined flavors and end up with sweet sludge that tastes like everything and nothing simultaneously. The massive sizes encourage over-ordering, and finishing a large Master Blast feels less like enjoyment and more like a sugar endurance test. Sonic Master Blast ranks here because when the balance works, it's genuinely fun and satisfying. But the inconsistency across different flavor builds and the tendency toward excess keep it from climbing higher. High ceiling, but also a worryingly low floor. Carl's Jr. and Hardee's hand-scooped Oreo shake scoops into number 7 as the fast food dessert that actually tastes like it came from a proper ice cream parlor. Rolled out in the mid-2000s, around 2005 to 2006, these shakes became Carl's Jr.'s differentiator in the crowded shake market by using actual hand-scooped ice cream rather than soft-serve shortcuts. The difference is immediately noticeable. This thing is thick, rich, and heavy in ways that justify the premium pricing. You're getting real ice cream density, not aerated soft serve. And the Oreo chunks throughout provide legitimate cookie flavor rather than just textural filler. The old-school malt shop presentation with whipped cream and a cherry creates genuine charm. And the flavor intensity makes you understand why people drive across town for these specifically. But that richness and density come with trade-offs. This shake is heavy, like, maybe I should have ordered a small instead of medium heavy. The price point runs higher than most fast food shakes, putting it closer to actual ice cream parlor territory, which changes the value proposition significantly. It's also so thick that sipping becomes a legitimate arm workout. And if you're sharing an order of Western bacon cheeseburgers, finishing this shake might be physically impossible. Carl's Jr.'s hand-scooped Oreo shake ranks here because it's genuinely closer to real ice cream parlor quality than fast food quality, which is impressive but also creates expectations and pricing that don't always align with quick convenience. When you want the real deal, this delivers. In-N-Out's Neapolitan shake glides into number 6 as the not-so-secret menu item that proves sometimes the classics just work. Featured on In-N-Out's not-so-secret menu, this simple combination of chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry blended together has achieved cult status among West Coast burger enthusiasts, who treat In-N-Out like a personality trait. The genius is in the balance. Chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry together create natural sweetness equilibrium that prevents any single flavor from overwhelming your palate. You're getting complexity through simplicity, with each flavor complementing rather than competing. The shake maintains the thick, creamy consistency In-N-Out has perfected over decades, and the quality of ingredients shows in every sip. There are zero gimmicks, no candy mix-ins, no theatrical presentation, just 3 classic flavors executed exceptionally well. But here's the limiting factor. You can only get this if you live somewhere In-N-Out exists, which excludes roughly 80% of the United States. The regional limitation keeps this from being truly accessible, and the cult following sometimes oversells the actual experience. It's genuinely good, but is it drive 4 hours to the nearest In-N-Out good? Probably not. In-N-Out's Neapolitan shake ranks here because it's simple excellence executed consistently, which counts for a lot in fast food. The regional availability is the only thing keeping it from ranking higher. Culver's concrete mixer muscles into number 5 as the frozen custard powerhouse that makes regular soft serve look like amateur hour. A signature offering since Culver's early years after founding in 1984, these concrete mixers use a Wisconsin-style frozen custard base made with eggs, creating density and richness that justifies the name. This stuff is thick enough that servers flip cups upside down to prove it won't drip. The custard base is genuinely superior to standard soft serve, richer, creamier, with that distinctive egg-enhanced flavor that adds complexity most fast food frozen desserts lack entirely. The mix-in range is genuinely insane, offering everything from standard Oreos and M&Ms to seasonal fruit and regional specialties, giving you near-endless customization options. That spoon-standing thickness means flavors stay integrated throughout rather than settling, and the whole experience feels premium without pretentious, upscale nonsense. The consistency across locations is remarkably solid. Culver's has mastered frozen custard execution in ways that put most competitors to shame. You know exactly what you're getting every time, and that reliability builds genuine cravings. The ranking reflects both strengths and limitations. The custard quality is exceptional, the consistency is flawless, and the mix-in variety allows genuine personalization. The only factor keeping this from ranking higher is regional availability. Culver's remains concentrated in the upper Midwest, meaning huge swaths of the country can't access these incredible desserts regularly. When frozen custard this good is geographically limited, it caps the overall ranking despite exceptional quality. Dairy Queen's Dilly Bar sticks into number 4 as the drive-thru dessert that's been proving simple done right beats complicated done okay since 1955. Created at a Moorhead, Minnesota Dairy Queen, this soft serve on a stick wrapped in a chocolatey shell became the blueprint that every drive-thru frozen dessert has been chasing for nearly 70 years. The genius is in the format. A perfectly portioned scoop of DQ's signature soft serve impaled on a stick and dipped in chocolate coating that hardens into that satisfying shell. Every bite delivers textural contrast between creamy soft serve and snappy chocolate, and the portion size hits that sweet spot where you feel satisfied without feeling stuffed. It's engineered for mobile eating, requires no utensils, and travels well enough to survive short car rides without melting into soup. The nostalgia factor amplifies everything. Multiple generations have grown up treating Dilly Bars as the reward for surviving Little League games, finishing chores, or just being near a Dairy Queen on a summer afternoon. That emotional connection transforms a simple dessert into genuine Americana. And the consistency across decades means the Dilly Bar you get today tastes like the one your parents remember. Dairy Queen's Dilly Bar ranks here because it represents flawless execution of a simple concept. There are no gimmicks, no limited edition flavors to chase, no customization anxiety, just soft serve and chocolate coating working together in perfect harmony. When simplicity reaches this level, it deserves recognition as one of fast food's best desserts. Jollibee's Peach Mango Pie fries into number 3 as the dessert that proves fast food can showcase genuine fruit flavor without drowning it in sugar. Introduced in 1995 using Philippine mangoes and now available in U.S. locations, this fried pie has achieved cult status that triggers lines around the block whenever Jollibee opens a new American restaurant. The fruit filling is the star, bright, tangy, and genuinely fruity in ways that make other fast food pies taste like they're ashamed of their own ingredients. Real mangoes and peaches create natural sweetness and acidity that cuts through the fried exterior rather than competing with it, giving you actual flavor complexity instead of just sugar bombs. That crispy fried shell delivers shatteringly good texture that baked pies simply cannot match, creating contrast that makes every bite feel balanced. The discipline shown in the filling is remarkable for fast food. Most chains would drown fruit pies in corn syrup and thickeners until any natural flavor disappears. Jollibee lets the tropical fruit brightness shine, trusting that quality ingredients create cravings. The portion size feels generous without being overwhelming, and the whole thing stays structurally sound from first bite to last. No molten lava eruptions or soggy bottoms. Jollibee's Peach Mango Pie ranks this high because it brings genuine culinary perspective to fast food desserts. The tropical fruit brightness, the perfectly fried exterior, and the restraint in sweetness create something that feels special rather than mass-produced. When fast food treats ingredients with this much respect, it deserves top-tier recognition. Wendy's Frosty freezes into number 2 as the fast food dessert that's been defying categorization since the first Wendy's opened its doors in 1969. Created by founder Dave Thomas as a signature item, the original chocolate Frosty has maintained cult status for over 5 decades by being neither quite milkshake nor quite soft serve. It's its own category entirely. The flavor profile is the secret weapon. That mysterious chocolate-vanilla hybrid creates taste complexity that makes you pause mid-spoonful trying to identify exactly what you're experiencing. It's less aggressively sweet than most fast food frozen desserts, allowing the dairy flavors to shine through rather than getting buried under sugar. The texture hits that perfect consistency between spoonable and sippable, thick enough to feel substantial but smooth enough to drink through a straw if you're patient. But the true genius is versatility. The Frosty works equally well as dessert or as a fry dipping vehicle, creating that sweet-salty combination that's become legendary among Wendy's fans. That dual functionality means you'll find yourself ordering Frosties at lunch, dinner, and midnight runs with equal enthusiasm. The consistency across locations and across decades is remarkable. The Frosty you get today tastes like the one your parents remember, which builds genuine nostalgia and trust. Wendy's Frosty ranks this high because it's achieved something rare in fast food: timeless appeal without gimmicks. No limited edition flavors, no candy mix-ins, no theatrical presentations, just decades of consistent excellence that makes you crave it regularly rather than occasionally. Dairy Queen's Blizzard claims the crown as America's best fast food dessert. And honestly, was there ever any doubt? Launched in 1985 and selling 175 million servings in its first year alone, the Blizzard revolutionized drive-thru desserts by proving that customization and quality could coexist at scale. The format is genuinely brilliant. Thick DQ soft serve blended with seemingly infinite mix-in options, from Oreos and Reese's to seasonal limited editions that create genuine FOMO. That signature upside-down presentation isn't just theater. It's proof of thickness and quality that builds trust before you take your first spoonful. The texture remains consistently spoonable throughout, with mix-ins distributed evenly rather than all settling to the bottom like lesser competitors. But the Blizzard's real genius is creating personalized dessert experiences at fast food speed and pricing. Want Oreos and cookie dough? Done. Reese's and brownie chunks? No problem. Heath bar and coffee? They've got you. The limited edition flavors create urgency and repeat visits, while the core menu ensures your favorite is always available. The size options range from reasonable snack to commitment, letting you calibrate based on your current dessert needs. The national accessibility puts this over the top. Nearly every American lives within reasonable driving distance of a Dairy Queen, making Blizzards genuinely obtainable, rather than regional legends you hear about but can't try. The consistency across thousands of locations means you know exactly what you're getting, whether you're in Minnesota or Miami. Dairy Queen's Blizzard earns the top spot because it's mastered every element that matters: exceptional base product, infinite customization, consistent execution, theatrical presentation, and universal accessibility. When a dessert becomes the standard every competitor measures themselves against, that's not just success, that's legendary status. So there you have it. From Taco Bell's crunchy air puffs in Part 1 to Dairy Queen's Blizzard perfection. The desserts that ranked higher delivered on what matters most: genuine flavor, satisfying texture, consistent quality, and craveability that makes you plan return trips. The bottom-ranked options? They forgot that dessert should feel special, not like an afterthought or a sugar bomb with no complexity. What do you think? Did we nail these rankings? Or did your favorite frozen treat get robbed? Let us know in the comments.